Hey everyone, before we get into the details, take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your people, and drop a comment below. I really want to know what you think about this one, because let me tell you, it's wild. Now, I recently came across this old clip. This one's from around 3 years ago, but you won't believe how relevant it feels today, especially after everything that went down this past Easter. The timing? Almost too perfect. And what Tiffany says in this clip. The irony is chef's kiss. You really can't make this stuff up. So tonight, we're breaking it down, peeling back the layers and spotlighting a moment that aged like irony in a wine cellar. Let's get into it. So picture this. It's early pandemic days. Full-on Zoom era. You know, back when we were all just floating heads in little boxes, barely figuring out how to unmute ourselves. In this particular clip, Tiffany, who, let's be honest, always carries a bit of drama with her, was dealing with a situation in the village, and naturally, she felt the need to speak on it. You can feel the tension even through the screen. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Tiffany starts with a warning, a serious warning. Board of Trustees and residents, I need everyone to know and understand. There is no trespassing at the old village hall. She says it like it's a matter of national security. The way she puts emphasis on trespassing, you'd think it was a felony. Like someone just broke into Fort Knox. She goes on to say she's been receiving reports, alarming ones, about unauthorized access to the old village hall. Apparently, someone's been entering the building without permission, and Tiffany is not having it. She's visibly heated. She makes it crystal clear. It doesn't matter who you are. Former employee, regular resident, doesn't make a difference. If you don't have permission to be there, you're in violation. Period. And then she asked the million-dollar question. How did they even get the access code? That's when you know this is personal. She's not just protecting property. She's defending power. She goes on to say if anyone's caught entering the building without proper clearance, they'll be prosecuted to the fullest extent. She makes it sound like trespassing on the old village hall is a bigger deal than insider trading. And you know what? At first you're thinking, okay, she's being responsible, maybe even protective. This is about safety and protocol. But then Tiffany drops this next bit. It was brought to my attention that someone, a former Village of Benton employee, is wearing the Village of Benton uniform. Asterisk boom. Asterisk that right there is the moment everything changes. Because now she's not just talking about trespassing. She's talking about impersonation. And according to her, wearing that uniform when you don't work there anymore, that's crossing a legal line. Tiffany goes so far as to say it's impersonating a government employee. Yes, seriously. She's throwing around legal terms and criminal intent, like in an episode of Law & Order, Village Hall Unit. And who's the person she's talking about? Oh, just someone Tiffany herself fired back in 2021, not long after she rose to power and started reshaping things in Benton. Now, keep up with me here, because this is where the loop starts to close. That person she fired? Yeah, they haven't worked there in years. But apparently, they were still seen walking around in Village of Benton gear. Not just a hoodie. We're talking official-looking gear. And from Tiffany's reaction, you'd think this person was plotting a government coup in a logoed polo shirt. And here's the kicker. Tiffany says, asterisk with her full-chest asterisk, once you've been fired, you no longer work for the Village of Benton. Simple, clear, no room for debate. Except, here's the plot twist. This exact same woman, who went on that whole rant about how you can't wear a uniform or act like you're still on staff, is out here doing exactly that. Fast forward to Easter this year, and what do we see? Tiffany, at a public event, in front of the village buildings, giving out food she didn't even pay for, smiling, waving, making announcements, acting like she's still Mayor Tiffany. But she's not the mayor, not the supervisor, not even on staff. Yet there she is, standing at a podium, posing for photos like she's still holding office. It's giving cosplay. Like she threw on the super mayor costume and decided to stage a political comeback in front of the community center. And the uniform? Oh, now it's okay when she's the one wearing it. Now the village merch is just nostalgic branding or something. So let me get this straight. You can't wear the uniform if you're fired unless you're Tiffany? Make it make sense. And let's be real. The way she leaned into that camera when she delivered her warning, that wasn't professionalism. That was personal. She wanted to send a message. And it didn't feel like it was about safety or law. It felt like it was about control. There's even talk, and I'm just saying, there may have been some extra motivation behind her anger. We all remember how her relationship with Kamal started falling apart in 2021. And maybe, just maybe, someone she fired was getting a little attention Tiffany didn't like. You know how it goes. When emotions mix with power, things get real messy. And now, she's out here saying things like, you can't represent the village, you can't wear the logos, you can't be near the hall. But girl, you're literally doing all of that. Every single thing you're accusing others of. You're out here living it like it's opposite day. So what are we really seeing here? We're seeing someone weaponize the rules when it's convenient and totally ignore them when it's not. Tiffany set the standard, then broke it herself. Asterisk on camera, asterisk, at events, in front of everyone. The double standard is loud. The pettiness is louder. And the irony? Phew, asterisk, asterisk, off the charts, asterisk, asterisk. Anyway, y'all, that's the breakdown for tonight. I want to hear what you think. Is Tiffany just being petty? Is this a power trip? Or is there something deeper going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you caught the irony. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to share this video with someone who remembers when Tiffany was still clocking in. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay sharp. Stay vocal. Peace. Now, Tiffany, girl, you were just talking about how once you're fired, you can't be walking around in village gear, right? Well, guess what? You got fired. Honey, you're unemployed. You're not representing anyone. Not the village. Not a board. Not even a garden club. You're literally unemployed. And yet, here you are, still walking around like you're Queen of Bettin'. And side note, your makeup? Girl, it's giving orange. What's going on there? It looks like you caked on 8 layers of foundation. And I mean seriously, who's doing that in 2025? That much foundation? It's giving drag brunch in a sauna, not public service. It's drowning you. You're not glowing, you're melting. But wait, let me hit you with some real tea. Tiffany is out here telling the public that anyone caught impersonating a village employee after getting fired will be asterisk, asterisk prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, asterisk, asterisk. Girl, you've been out here cosplaying as the mayor and supervisor for how long now? What is this? A costume party? You say the law applies to everybody. Well, does it apply to you? Because if we're following your own rules, then ma'am, you've been impersonating a public official for years now. But of course, it's different when you do it, right? Okay, let's pivot real quick and talk about this wig situation. Allegedly, Tiffany paid $$1,000 for that thing. Asterisk, 8,000. Asterisk, let me say it louder for people in the back. No way that wig is worth $1,000. That thing looks like it was made out of fishing wire and craft store fabric. And not even the good kind. More like something you'd find in the clearance bin next to glue sticks and Halloween scraps. And the color job? Phew, chilly. You tried to go blonde, but what you ended up was a mashup of yellow, brown, and pure accident. This is what happens when you try to bleach your hair at home with a $6 box dye from the dollar store. You're out here trying to serve executive realness, but the wig is screaming DIY disaster. Now, you went to cosmetology school, right? Because if so, someone skipped a few classes. That lace front is not fronting anything except confusion. If you really paid $$1,000 for that mess, baby, they scammed you. You didn't buy a wig, you bought a lesson. And since we're being honest, can we address the foundation again? It's not blending, boo. It's battling. It's not matching your skin tone. It's straight up fighting it. You look like you slapped on a week's worth of product in one sitting and called it a day. I don't know if you're trying to cover something or summon something, but either way, it's not working. Back to the real issue here. You're not the mayor. You're not the supervisor. You don't even have an office at this point. And yet here you are at events in front of buildings, giving away food you didn't even buy, acting like you still run things. You had the nerve to show up this past Easter like it was your grand return. Girl, sit down. You're not running the show. You're cosplaying. This is Mayor LARPing, and it's embarrassing. And don't think we didn't notice how you tried to act like someone walking around in village gear was a threat to public safety. Like, girl, they probably just came to pick up their stuff. But you had to blow it up, per usual. Gotta make everything dramatic. Classic Tiffany. Let me throw in a little psychic prediction while I'm at it. The date? June 7th, 2021. But what I'm seeing? March of 2024. And guess what? You lose your job. Boom. Gone. Just like that. And you know who snatches it? Asterisk this guy right here. Asterisk, yup. You didn't see it coming, but it came for you all the same. And the kicker? Someone you try to push out is going to end up in a much better place than you. Peaceful, focused, free. Meanwhile, you're still clinging to a title you no longer have and a wig that should have been buried with 2020. And now we got this ice rink idea, and you're talking about naming it after your daughter? Baby, that's weird. That's not legacy, that's vanity. Stop trying to build monuments to yourself. This ain't ancient Rome. Tiffany, sweetheart, you're in too deep. That foundation? Too deep. That wig? Too tragic. This cosplay mayor act? Way too tired. But here's the thing, you could turn it around. You could stop being petty, stop clinging to fake authority, and stop playing dress up with the public's patience. Because right now, you're not running the village. You're just running your mouth. Okay, I've had my fun. I'm out. But before I go, y'all know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and if you're feeling generous, become a member. It really helps keep the tea hot and the reads rolling. Take care of yourselves. And Tiffany, maybe take care of that wig too. We're just trying to help. Bye, y'all.